planets exist and that the NASA is projecting false images of the universe. Is that correct?
That's false.
Because that's literally what you said last time. So my
No.
question
That's
is,
what you said that I said. What I said, unless you have a recording, you don't know. You got to know how, you got to
honestly,
understand how your brain is supposed to work, right? You're saying what you think I said. That's two different things. So
no,
go straight to your point.
bro. Never mind. But so what is your state on? What is your stake on the universe and the planets and the stars?
Nothing other than your imagination as it's speaking to me right now. Whatever you're telling me is coming out of your head.
No, I'm asking you what your opinion is about
I have no
about
opinion.
like the stars.
I have no opinion. It
You
is
have
what it
no
is.
opinion, bro. But you remember you told me if you know I have a screen recording, like of you actually saying these things.
Sure, play the screen recording.
I can't play it in the live. I can show. I can send you a screenshot. Like
Look at
if you
that.
give me your like,
Go
but I
straight to your point,
literally
brother.
can't play it.
Go straight to your point and stop jumping around.
I just asked you what you think about the universe
And I said to you, nothing.
because the last time like I asked you like I wanted to go back to the point where I was like saying that just because we can see something which is outside of the universe, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Okay, so
You
what?
get me? Yeah, and likewise, I believe and that this God is the entity which cannot be seen by man. So
What
therefore,
you
like
believe and what actually exists is two different things. You can believe what you want to
that's
believe,
my
right? If it's
point.
not
But that's
independently
exactly
observable
what I'm
from
saying.
outside perspective, guess what? It's just your imagination.
Exactly.
Why is that so hard for you to get?
Exactly. But kind of, you're completely right. It is. It is. That's my point. We can't know it because we can't see it.
No, you're
So
talking about
you
yourself. You can't know. Stop saying we.
know, regardless of if you can see what's outside of the universe or not, it doesn't change the fact that if there might be something outside there.
Bro,
Regard.
but listen, okay. You have a childish way of thinking, which I need you to elevate your thought, and this is what I'm going to tell you. By your
I'm
way of
listening.
thinking, anything anybody says out of their mouth is true. You can't necessarily know what is true and what is not. Is that what you're saying?
That is completely not what I'm saying.
Okay, then guess what? Guess what? Just because you can't see the claims that Hitler was making doesn't mean that the claims that Hitler was making is not true. By what you're saying, right?
No, no, I'm
Okay,
agreeing
just
to
because
you.
you can't
Just
see the
because.
claims that Donald Trump makes doesn't mean that Donald Trump is lying, right? You're trying to use the fact
Exactly.
that, listen, bro,
Exactly.
the truth. Come
You're
on,
right.
relax. The truth is observable. If the truth cannot be observable and concluded to be true, then you cannot know what is true and what is a lie. Then
Wait,
everything is true.
if the truth. Okay, wait. You said if the truth is not observable, it is automatically false. Is that what you're saying?
Facts. If the truth cannot be proven and evidence is not present, something cannot be true.
All right, that means for example, me having no evidence of my wife cheating on me is proof that she doesn't cheat on me, according to your logic
Facts.
right now.
Facts. I mean, if you can't prove that she cheated on you, why are
Okay.
you accusing her of cheating on you? That's kind of
No,
madness.
no, no, no. But it's literally possible, obviously, for
Whether
my
it is
wife.
possible or not, if you cannot prove that your wife
But
cheated on you,
it
she didn't cheat on
proves
you.
that the logic you're using doesn't make any sense because you're saying
If
if I
you
don't
cannot
have
prove
proof
that
of.
your wife cheated on you, she didn't cheat on you, and you're accusing her falsely. If
So
you
if I have
want to
no
show that
proof.
she really cheated on you, prove it.
So wait. So if I have no proof of my wife cheating on me, it means she's not cheating on me.
That is a fact.
What
That's
is?
exactly what it means. Because guess what?
Are you
If,
listening
if
to
at
yourself? Is the
all,
comment
if at
section
all she was
listening to
cheating on
you?
you, you will be able to prove it.
Or do you know how many people were killed in were killed by jail sentence, like by death sentence in jail because they couldn't prove their innocence, and later on it was found out that
And
they
that
were
is
innocent,
how it is.
proven.
That is how it is. If you can't prove you're innocent, then you're guilty.
No, but kinda. But to this day, there are people in jail which innocence have not been proven, and the court knows that not everyone who goes to jail is 100% guilty. There's some people which are in court. Everyone knows this,
Bro,
that they're
you are
not
not even going to go to
guilty.
jail if there is not enough reasonable doubt to the fact that you are innocent. You understand? There is a system behind that. And also, we're talking about like a system that is faulty, that's not consistent, right? Unless you look into specific case, from case to case to case to case, you will never really come down to get a specific understanding of a specific thing. You can't really generalize court cases and that system like that.
Yes. Okay. Then
Listen,
let's leave court
relax.
cases out.
We are talking
Let's
about the
leave.
fundamentals
Okay.
of reality. If you go to sleep at night and you have a dream and you can't prove to me that you had a dream, you're lying to me. I'm not going to believe you because you told me you had a dream. Your brain must not be functioning properly for you to think that you're going to tell me, oh, I had a dream about so and so. And then I'm just going to believe you. Why? Just because you said it?
Do you read the comment section right now? A genuine question. Like me, for example, listen, I can do something in my place right now, like where I'm living in my apartment, and I can tell you, and you can, for example, you can tell me, like you can accuse me of something which I apparently did at home, yet you have no evidence of it, and it could actually be true, but due to the fact that you have
It
no,
can
but
only
due to
be
the fact that you
true
have
if
no
there is
evidence,
evidence. If there is no evidence, it is not true. That's how the world works, bro. I know your brain is not that slow. You can dance around all you want to dance, kumbaya all you want to kumbaya. If there is no evidence, it is not true. Truth is fundamentally founded on evidence and proof. If something cannot be proven to be so, it is not so. That's the definition of a lie. If not, by your
that means
definition,
according
if
to
truth
you,
doesn't require
okay,
evidence, then everybody's claim is true.
that means according to you, okay, in German we call it Relativitätstheorie. I forgot it in English because English is not my first language. But the theory of Albert Einstein of existence is not true according to you
It's
because
not
it's
a
all a
truth.
theory. You know that.
Yeah, that's why it's called a theory. It's a concept. It's not truth. It's not absolute. It can change tomorrow. It's still something that they're working on. And if you don't even
Exactly.
understand how the
You're
theory of
right.
relativity works, listen, calm down, man. It's called a theory of relativity. It's not called a law of relativity. It's called a theory,
I
right?
know. I agree.
Okay. And
I
a
agree.
theory
But
is something that scientists use in order to study, to find truth. They're looking for evidence. So they are still looking for the evidence. And little by little, the more evidence they find, the more convinced they become of its true nature, right? Because it's not going to change. Once it changes, then it's no longer true. You get it?
exactly. And you do
Truth
know.
cannot be truth
Listen.
unless it is absolute. Truth has to
Okay.
be
Okay.
absolute
No,
unless,
you're
if
right. You're
not, it's
right.
not true.
Okay, so according to you, but you know, truth, if something is true, it is true. It cannot be false and true at the same time. We know this. That would be a dichotomy. So if true, if according to you now, the relativity, this theory could be now is false until it's proven that it's true. So for me, I could die today, and tomorrow it is proven as true. But because according to your logic, from my point of view, because they did not prove it, and I died today, it's not true for me because I died today before they proved that it was true. So and even though
Bro, because you
it can
dying
be true and
today
then false and
only
true
matters to
false
you,
either
right?
is true.
To those who know you, you only die the moment they find out that you're dead. That's it. Listen, I don't care if you died 10 years ago. If I don't know, then my assumption is that I don't know, right? You could be alive, you could be dead, right? The truth is that I know you're dead once I have evidence that you're dead. That's how it works. That's what I'm telling you. You could have a dream, and that dream, you had that dream. But it's not true to nobody unless you can prove that you had a dream. And nobody can prove that they had a dream. So dreams are just things that can never be true. That's why dreams are fantasy, because there's no way to prove that a dream is true. At the very least,
Bro,
we can give each other reasonable doubt because we all have some form of dreamlike experience. So because of our own
yes,
personal experience, we give everybody else benefit of doubt. But you don't go around believing everything that comes out of somebody's mouth
of
because they
course, I
said it to you.
agree. I
So that's what
question
I'm
many
telling you.
things.
That is the fundamental nature of our world. For example, black people, you were colonized linguistically, religiously, politically. Every aspect of your society was controlled by your colonizer. And though you have received some form of independence, black people are not yet completely independent, not even independent of thought. We still have to go to the Western world to get a form and a more quality form of higher education because we don't know how to structure that for ourselves yet. That is the truth. We are still slaves. We are still colonies of the Europeans. Until we develop that independent sense of thought, we will remain their servants. You understand? You're telling me right now that, oh, English is not your first language. Let me guess what? French is your first language, huh?
No, it's German.
Yeah. Let me guess. Is that one of the colonizers' languages?
Yes, it is.
Exactly. Now, is that true that you're still colonized?
Yes, it's true. I
Uh-huh.
agree.
You
I
didn't. You
agree
didn't
with
tell me that
that.
your first language. You didn't tell me that your first language was your tribal language. What tribe are you from?
I don't know.
Shit. You are like extra colonized, like with extra seasoning.
No, you can't do this to
No,
me.
no, no. Listen, listen. You are colonized with extra seasoning on it. Your colonization is top class. You're like elite colonized black man.
But I don't act like the white people in my country, you know?
Do you talk like them?
A bit, but
Yeah.
not
So you are
not like
colonized. And until you realize that you're colonized, how will you ever be different?
but people from my acting and from the way I talk and everything, people know I'm not like them. Like I'm intentionally not
People
I'm
know
just
you're not like
different.
them, yes, because genetically and inherently, you are an African man who doesn't know who he is. They can see you for who you are. You can't see yourself.
I definitely know who I am. But and I know that I'm not one of these people here.
There is no God, there never has been, there never will be. If you don't like it, you can cry about it. Brother, thank you so much for your time. Okay, I need to go on to the next guest.
We'll talk later. Bye.
There is no God. There has never been a God, and there will never be a God. If you don't like it, you can cry about it. When you come up to my show, go straight to your point, ladies and gentlemen. Go straight to your point. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Bamboozle that like 100,000 likes. Now you actually know the routine, Bakanga land.
Hey, Bakanga. Hello.
What's up, man? Go straight to your point, bro. Hit that like button,
Hey,
ladies and
Bakanga.
gentlemen.
Hey, Bakanga, man. Look, I've been trying to get this 1,000 followers just to be on your live. Okay. I look listening to you, brother. I've been a Christian for I don't know how many years. I can't even count it. I was pretty much bred into Christianity, and I'm telling you, bro. Like I'm shaking right now just talking to you. All right. And just help me out. Give me a second. I'm trying to gather my thoughts right now. But let me just say this, and I know usually when people agree with you, you don't keep them on long. But bro, I'm stuttering right. I don't stutter a lot. I'm in the military, sergeant first class. I have about 35 soldiers under me and everything. But I'm from Africa. I'm from Liberia actually. But I'm telling you, bro, you there's something about you, man. Like keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, whew, I'm stuttering. I'm sweating right now, bro. Like this is the first time, and my wife and I've been praying to get this 1,000 followers just to come on here and tell you thank you because I know you talk. We talk about being colonized and all that stuff, bro. Like, I mean, I see the arguments on here. Like, it's common sense, bro. I mean, we are indoctrinated to the point where we can't even see what reality is no more. And it's crazy, bro. Like I'm telling you, I went to Dallas the other day and I'm talking to my cousin and I'm telling you, like Christians are so quick to kill you. As soon as you differ in ideology with them, there's you going to hell. And I'm like, sometimes I sit there and be like, damn, can you just think for your own self just for a second? You know what I mean? So, brother, like, I ain't gonna take your time. I know you got a lot of people in, but look, I'm telling you, all power to you, and whatever you doing, bro, keep doing it. I'm here. I'm here to support you, bro. Like, oh my God, I can't even say. Well, I can't even say my God, because I'm still in the process of,
It's
because the
okay. We
hardest thing
get
is
it though. We get
the
the context in which you are approaching, bro. You can say, "Oh my
yeah
God." That's listen, listen, bro. Some people get me wrong.
the
You can say, "Oh my God," because you know what it means now. You're not, you know, you're saying
and absolutely, and the honesty here is that it is so hard to unlearn what you've learned for so many years, and people are not giving themselves a second chance. Just give yourself a chance to think something else. You know what I mean? Think for yourself for once. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna take your time, man. So look. You got no idea, man. I'm on here, bro. You got yeah.
Bro, I hear you,
I'm
my brother.
100% with you, man.
And I
Oh,
really appreciate your encouragement, bro, because your reaction is so sincere. You are precisely exactly the reaction that I want to achieve out of people, to come to a sense of understanding where you now understand that, man, I got to do the work for myself to get my mind where I need to go. And you kind of have perspective now. Like you're at the point where you are, bro. There's no one in this world that can tell you what to do anymore. You kind of have a good understanding, and you understand that there is a sacrifice to be made that you can't even say
yes,
out
sir.
loud, but you know exactly what it would take to set our people free. Like you can't get to
Yes,
the
sir.
point that you are without having that understanding. And it's painful, bro, because man, who are we as a people? Are we really listen, bro? There's only two possibilities, okay? We are either inferior to the Europeans or we're just straight up the laziest people in existence.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir. Facts.
why don't we build our own nations, right? Why don't we build our own systems? Like, where is the pride for being who we are? I'm not talking about violence or no, but where is our sense of pride?
Yes, sir.
Where is our sense of
And
pride?
I wanted to say something, right? You know, I've been watching the internet because I'm from Africa, like I told you, from Liberia. My wife is African American and everything, and you know, like you know, we see the whole social media. We see Africans going against African Americans, see African Americans going against, and you know, one day I sat there, and you know, I'm bro. I wasn't even born here, bro. I was born in Liberia, ravished. I went through civil war for 14 years. All right, and I said to myself, and I tell my wife all the time, I said the liberation of Africa is going to come from the slaves that was taken here because one, African Americans know everything about the white man.
They
We
do.
don't even fucking know
They know
anything.
better than
We don't know
anybody.
shit.
They know better
Africans
than
come here,
anybody.
bro. I'm telling you, you got the white man still fucking being held in Africa. Okay, but here, man, look, I'm telling you, man, I've been here in this country for 16 years or whatever, man. And I seen the interaction. I'm like, look, the liberation of our people is going to look. Look, we need to support our African American brothers and sisters because I'm telling you, they know these people more than anybody else. And if we should talk because Africa is still doomed. We're still sitting down there waiting for fucking funds from from the Europeans. You know, we there killing each other and all that shit. We still hail the white man like he's the fucking like he's God or some shit.
Bro, because the God
Yeah,
that we
man.
worship is in their image, verbally, visually, audio, verbally, in every way. Listen, bro, I was watching a speech from Thomas Sankara the other day. And bro, it's
Yes.
almost hard for me to imagine that this was in the 50s. Thomas Sankara said, it is no longer effective for the Europeans to conquer us with weapons and troops. It is now effective for them to conquer our minds. For that type of conquering would last them longer and thousands of years. He said, for example, look at the little bourgeoisie. He's talking about the young African girl. She has now been convinced that she cannot be beautiful unless she paints her nails and put on lipstick and heats her hair and makes it straight. That type of colonization, he said, was worse than the type that you come on the battlefield. Because on the battlefield, we don't even need to think. We can just get up, take guns, and go to war. But how can you go to war when the very way you think ensures that the person you're fighting against would always be above you? How can you be praying to Jesus to save you when Jesus shows up on the battlefield? Will he save you or will he save the white guy that looks like him?
So and this one thing I keep saying, right? So with all the with all, my wife just walking, she just got to work late and everything. But with all everything, you know, everybody talk about Christianity, you know this. How about they go to the freaking hospital and heal these people that's in there? How about they go in there and you know what like they say, you know, and you know the Lord said this, rise up and walk or whatever. How about you go in there and kill these people? Instead, guess what? It's all money making and shit. You
It's
know,
it's a
how
form
about
of
you?
exploitation, bro. And it's to the point where I even feel like asking that question over and over, bro, it just makes them oblivious. Like they don't even listen anymore. When you say, how come? They just ignore it. Because when I was a Christian, bro, you can only be a good Christian as long as you ignore the truth about the world. Because there are some truths about the world that if you acknowledge, it bothers you as a Christian. It makes you to where you can't really have strong faith. Because the reality of the world suggests that Christianity doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. Because how can you go to church and pray for God to bless you as though God is mute and God doesn't know how to do his job? God will only bless you if you ask.
That
When
thing
he's
is
supposed to
fake, bro.
know?
It's
I
fake.
mean,
It's
what kind of
fake.
mind game
It's
is
fake.
that? So they know that and they
It's
try to
fake.
avoid that the best possible. Again, like I always tell people, bro, it's an emotional thing. People just need a place where they can feel emotionally comfortable and they are willing to pay the price of reality for it. They are willing to pay for that with the truth. They are willing to pay for that by ignoring the truth as long as you comfort them. That's why pastors, bro, listen, when you're a pastor, bro, you got it made. Because all you got to do is
Bro,
just make up nice
it,
stuff to tell these people and you get them coming because it's like a
bro,
drug to them.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
It's
It's
deep,
gonna get
bro. It's
better. It's
deep.
gonna get
And
better.
I am using
I
that type
keep
of
learning.
psychology right now. Everything I say is designed to bother you if you're a Christian. The more of a Christian you are, the more difficult it is for you to listen to me because I am telling you exactly what you know is true, but you don't want to admit it and it bothers you. And when you hear me talk, it pisses you off because I'm reminding you of that truth you want to ignore. There is no God. Just by
Listen,
saying that
listen.
there is no God, the
It
way I'm
can't be.
saying it,
There can be one, bro. There can be one. I mean, I sit on here, and people would say that because God said, like we talk about how people getting extinct and all that shit. People getting flooded, the entire earth getting flooded. People, even in the scriptures, they talk about only slaves, and people come over here and they talk about, yeah, if God say so, who is man? I'm sitting there, like, bro, yo. Oh my God, bro. And you said something about enslavement of the mind, bro. It's true, man. I'm telling people, oh my good. I
bro,
cannot even understand this
bro, it's
shit, bro.
called domestication. Okay? Check this out. If you take a gorilla and put the gorilla in the wild, the gorilla does what it wants. If you show up and try to force that gorilla, it will be violent towards you. The
Yeah.
only way you tame that gorilla is to convince the gorilla that if the gorilla does what you say, it's better for the gorilla to do it that way. So usually you can't do that with an old gorilla. You want to get the gorilla when it's really young so you can train his mind to be dependent on what you say. That's called domestication. Black people
I'm
were
telling you,
not
man.
colonized. Listen, let me use this word, bro. Africans, black Africans were not colonized. In reality, we were not really colonized. Colonization is a fancy word. The true reality is that we were domesticated.
Facts. Facts.
Black people
Facts.
were
Facts, bro.
domesticated. If you can understand what
Preach.
domestication is, we were
Preach,
domesticated.
man.
They did not
Preach.
teach us how to
Preach.
think, they taught us what to think.
Preach,
So
my brother.
when
Preach.
we are outside the
I'm
influence of what to think, we don't know how to think because we were never taught how to. And let me tell you the difference, how you know that someone is not taught how to think. When you're teaching someone how to think, you don't have to beat them. You don't have to whip them.
no.
You don't have to punish them. When you're teaching someone how to think, there's no need for punishment. But when you're teaching someone what to think, you have to beat them over and over and over because you're trying to train them to go against their natural nature. Listen, every person who was educated in Africa never learned anything.
Oh man, who you telling, bro? Who you telling, man? Look, man, I've been here 16 years, bro. I'm still learning a lot of shit. Cause Africa,
Fast.
bro, you go back to Africa, you got the Lebanese over the economy. I'm talking about Liberia, bro. Cause I know more about Liberia than anywhere else. You got the Lebanese that run the goddamn economy down there. Why? Because they got a pale skin than us.
For
You
real,
see,
man.
you see how we treat each. Bro, it's crazy, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like Africa, bro. The liberation of Africa, bro, would come from our African American brothers and sisters, and we just need to unite because they see things a little different. We need to fucking learn and stop being proud for no fucking reason. Because we're not even. I mean, we talk all the shit, but we look at the continent, bro. Look at the continent. We got all the resources. We got all. I mean, we got the brains and everything. Nigerians and all the people come over here. They doctors and great surgeons and shit. Why can't we take all that shit back home? Because
Bro,
back home we feel, it can never happen back home,
before I let you
bro.
go,
We
bro, let me
dream,
say
man.
this. When the Queen of England died and all these world leaders were pulling up, the US president pulled up with his entourage in his goddamn limousine and his parade. The German chancellor pulled up, French president pulled up, all them folks was pulling up. Bro, the African presidents, You were waiting for them to pull up, bro, but then a bus pulled up. And then out of that bus came out all these black dudes.
Yep.
Who are you? I'm the president of Nigeria. Who are you? I'm the president
Yep.
of Uganda. Who are you? I'm the president. President? I thought presidents
Yep.
were pulling up in limousines and their own personal cars, and all of y'all pulled up in a bus like a bunch of janitors. What are you here to do? To
They
sweep the
still
floors?
they still haven't realized these people don't give a fuck about them. They still don't understand that shit.
Bro,
You know.
on the day-to-day basis, the average people in the street, bro, white folks and black folks, we can get along. But what most people
Yeah.
ignore is that at the highest level of power, money, politics, and government, racism
Oh
is
yeah.
effectively at work, and it would never change.
You know. 'Cause we ain't ready yet, man. We ain't ready, bro. You know, like, and you were talking to someone one time. You talked about, planting a seed, for the next 500 years, because it's going to take a while, bro. I'm telling you, it's going. You're talking about 50 some odd countries on the continent. It's
Bro,
going to take a while, bro.
like I
It's going
said,
to take
it
a
is my
while.
plan. That's just me, right?
Shit.
So it could be 200 years once I'm fully in the team environment. It could be 100 years when I'm fully, but just thinking by myself, the way my intellect is working, if I was to execute everything I'm thinking by myself and my descendants, it would take up to 500 years to bring a change. But if there were other black brothers and sisters that understood this and understood that somebody's going to have to die and it's us, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have to die
Because
for our
I mean,
descendants. Like, we will have to die for our descendants. I'm not talking about dying for your house, die for a Lamborghini, die out of divorce. We will have to die for them to live a better life. If we don't, if we die
yeah,
a useless death, which doesn't set them up, then we are failed. Because white folks, bro, the white folks who pulled up to Africa, they were dying for their descendants. That's
yep,
why today you can talk about white privilege all you freaking want. Yes, these white folks are privileged because their ancestors died to ensure that they will be privileged.
generational wealth. Yep, they did
The
that shit.
best thing that our
Yep.
ancestors did was that they lived and died to give us a chance. Listen, bro,
Man.
our ancestors could have chosen to fight, and the possibility would have been extinction. Okay? They would have
Yep.
chosen to fight in that way. And because they were previously complacent and they did not develop themselves technologically, and the Europeans were far and surpassed them, right, technologically by far. Because Africa used to be ahead for a long time, and we were so complacent that
Hmm.
we did not realize that the world was changing. Almost
Yep.
kind of like what the United States is doing with China right now. Americans have been so complacent, Americans are so big headed that they didn't notice that China had technologically advanced to the point where China can compete with them. Like, legitimately, right now, bro.
Yeah.
You're not going to war with China. I don't care who you are. You go to war with China, it's going to hurt bad. It's going to hurt really, really freaking bad. No matter who you are, even if you are the United States of America, you are not going to war with China. And most Americans were sleeping on China, and they didn't realize that China has already formed its own identity, developed itself in its own image. China, listen, Chinese don't care how nice you are. You're not bringing that Christian shit into their politics. Chinese don't care how
Oh
nice
yeah.
you are. You're not bringing that Islam shit into their politics. If you're not speaking Mongolian or doing some Ying Chuang shit like them, they're not listening to you. They're not.
Facts.
We
Facts.
Africans need to get there.
Facts.
We don't care if
Facts.
they call it witchcraft or they call it juju, if they call it black magic. We don't care. That's us. That's who we are. If we hate
Yep.
ourselves, we can't prosper.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
just a fact.
Yep. Man, Africans, we need to wake up, man. We need
Thank
to
you. Thank
unite.
you,
We need to
brother.
wake
Thank
up.
you, brother.
All right, brother. I appreciate you for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I really do appreciate you,
All right,
bro.
brother.
Stay on your journey,
All right,
bro.
brother. I will. I will. Absolutely.
Lekete. September 16. There is no God. Nobody can prove me wrong. Absolutely nobody can prove me wrong. Now, ladies and gentlemen, because we have guests in line, come up. I give you 1 minute, you go straight to your point. Come up, 1 minute, go straight to your point. Let's keep it more disciplined.
Hello,
What's up,
Makanga, how you
Alex?
doing?
What you got for me?
Yeah, so my question is, I know what you believe on God. I know you say it doesn't exist. My question is, what if maybe we getting this thing wrong? Maybe we using a different terminology and instead of saying God. Why can't maybe we should be using a different kind of name? Because usually when we use the word God, we associate it with this white Jesus and stuff like that. maybe if we alter the name God maybe to something else,
Like
so it
what?
doesn't conjure up this imagination, because the way I think about God, or maybe we can create a different kind of word, is something in me, inside of me, that is part of me. It's part of my DNA. It's my energy, my daily activity. That's God. It's not like any kind of imagination out there. It's everything within me. So maybe we should start using a different kind. We should come up with a different kind of terminology for this, so that we don't get those two confused. With the religious and stuff like that. It should be more of a personal thing where my God is me within me. There's not a third
Brother,
person out there
what
or
is
a fourth
in
person
you
out there.
has nothing to do with a God, has nothing to do with anything special. Other than that, it's you. And the only reason why it's you is because you identify as it. If you didn't give yourself a name, didn't give yourself a gender, you have no need to feel like there's anything inside, right? The only thing that's inside is your organs and the network that helps your body function. That's it, nothing more. You don't have to feel any special because you don't know, right? What's most important is what you do at the end of the day, bro. Think about it. When you look at your own life, the most important thing is what you do. So everything that surrounds your ability to make decisions that eventually lead to your actions is what you need to pay attention to. Why do I act the way I act? Why do I talk the way I talk? Why do I think the way I think? Why is my life the way it is? Why do I go to the shop and they treat me this way? When I look at history, why were my people treated this way? Why is my skin dark? Why am I like that? Why don't I get sunburned? Why does this person get sunburned? Ask questions little by little by little by little and answer those little questions little by little. There's no need to assume that, I don't know why my skin is black and why I don't know why my skin is black and why I don't get sunburned. It must be this almighty, absolute, supreme power. But it lives inside of me. Oh, yes. Bruh, that's cuckoo gaga. That's emotional confusion. Emotional bamboozlization. What I call bakangalization. You know what I'm saying? It's confusion. You are confused. You are confused. Listen,
Okay,
most
I know
religious
what you mean.
people
I know
are
what you're saying.
confused. Listen, the idea of God is the same thing as the idea of Superman. It's fictional. You don't even need to associate yourself with it other than for entertainment purposes. You don't need to associate yourself with the idea of God other than for entertainment purposes. Facts. It's like Superman. Bro, no matter how you rationalize Superman, you can use a different word, superhuman, or duper human, or cool human, or gang human. Whatever you use, it's still fictional. Anybody who believes in God is confused. They don't know the difference between fiction and reality. That's their problem. They became too emotional with a fictional idea. Bro, there's some people who just love the story of Superman so much, the next thing they got to do is just convince themselves that it's real. Then before you notice, they start traveling to Kansas to go find the Holy Land. The Holy Land for them will be where Superman's sheep, when his spacecraft landed. That's what, bro. That's God was an entertainment for people back in the day. The whole idea of God has always been entertainment in every culture. That's why it's religious. That's why it's storytelling. Whoever can make up the best story about God can arouse the most emotions out of people.
I think when we talk about God, we're bringing up so many different topics. That's why we're getting confused, because the God that you're talking about is not the same God I'm talking about. I'm talking about the
You can't
inner
have more than one type of
being.
God, bro, because God is an English word that has a definition. Unless you're telling me that everyone needs to make up their own definition for every single word, then you and I can't even talk right now, because every word coming out of my mouth will not mean the same thing as the word coming out of your mouth. We will remain forever confused. But that's why you have a dictionary. God means a super. Let me read it from the dictionary so you can get it. This is the only meaning of God that there is. There's no other meaning. Anybody that makes up another meaning is delusional. God is defined as, in Christianity and other monotheistic religion, the creator and the ruler of the universe and the source of all moral authority, the supreme being. That is what God means. Nothing more, nothing less. If you're going to make up any other meaning for God, you're confused. You don't know how to speak English. You might as well go invent your own language. That's what I'm saying. If you got any idea that you want to convey, you might want to use a word or make up a new word to convey your new idea. Don't use a word that somebody else has already defined and then try to be like, well, it doesn't really mean what that person said. Nah. That's not how language works.
So what should we call this thing
You
or
are
this being,
human.
whatever you want to
What,
call?
bro? You are a human
No.
being, and you have a mental state of mind. You have a physical health. Take care of your mental health, right? By resting your mind, by taking it slow, by thinking about things. Practice thinking, form routines, be disciplined. That's what your mental health is, or what people back in the day would have called your spiritual health, right? Your spiritual health is controlling your emotions. Don't get too angry. Don't fall in love blindly. Be kind. Be loving. Be peaceful. Yeah, take some time down. Just calm down. Don't be too busy doing stuff to where you're thinking too much that your brain overheats. And then for your physical health, eat healthy. Don't eat junk food. Exercise often. Take care of your blood
What
pressure.
about the spiritual? What about the spiritual health?
The what?
What about for the spiritual health?
There is spiritual is emotions. There's nothing other than that. It's only what people back in the day used to refer to the spirit. The reason why they say you cannot see your spirit is because you can't see your emotions. But your emotions are your feelings. That's it. And your feelings eventually translate to your mental health. So it's talking about how the state of your thoughts. Listen, some people think so negatively, they begin to hallucinate. That negativity begins to control the way they act. So some people will call it you have a bad spirit. The bad spirit that you have is the fact that you keep thinking about negative things that's preventing you from functioning properly mentally. It's preventing you from functioning normally. So you want to take care of your mental health. In today's society, we have therapists. We have different
No, I
therapeutic
think
systems.
you're talking more about that's a psychology or the physiology
That is
aspect.
what
I'm
the
talking
spirit
about.
is. Yes, that is
I'm
what the
talking,
spirit is. There is no other real spirit.
but no. I'm talking about the specific energy that is
That, that,
in
that,
this
that specific
universe.
energy
Hold
you
on,
have
let me
no
finish.
control over unless you can control your physical health. So yes,
That's
anything that has to
exactly
do with,
that's what I'm talking about.
yes,
I'm
and you
talking
can
about
only do
that
that by eating
specific
healthy.
force of energy. I'm talking about that specific force of energy that is keeping us connected to this planet so that we're
No,
not flinging
there's
out
nothing
there
like that.
into the
There's
space.
nothing like that. There's nothing like a specific energy
Of
that's
course,
keeping us
there
connected
is
to the planet.
energy. I mean, gravity.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
that's all. That's
let
all
me say
ideas
that is
that are not
spiritual.
rooted in the very fundamental of our reality. You don't even need to ever think about gravity to live your life on Earth. That has nothing to do.
Of course you do.
Again, you don't ever have to think about the idea of gravity to live your life. It's 100% a European idea. If you go to other cultures, they live their lives just fine without none of the bullshit that came out of Isaac Newton.
Right. I mean, that is exactly why you question the fact that what is the reason why I'm not looking outside there to you're looking for an answer for that question too. Like,
You're
what
Christian
is it? What why am I not looking for it? Like you say, you don't
because you don't
ever have
want
to
to.
think about it, right?
Hold up. Because you don't want to. And it doesn't, and
But I want
looking
to.
for it,
But
listen,
I
check this
want to
out,
do
bro.
it.
Check this out. Looking for it doesn't add to the quality of your life. And even when you find the answer, it doesn't add to the quality of your life.
It could. Why not?
Because it doesn't.
Because like it could. If I find out what is it that's keeping me grounded to this planet, to this universe, what is it that energy that's connecting
Hold on.
me?
Relax, bro.
You know,
Relax. For you to find out what is keeping you grounded to this planet, you first of all have to find out that you are living on the planet. And you don't know that you are living on the planet. You don't even know what the planet is. You only know what somebody told you that the planet is. And you're going off the story that someone told you. That's what I'm saying, bro. Even mentally, you're not even stable yet because you're going based. Bro, check this out, bro. There's a difference between what you are told that the world is and what you are actually experiencing as you live in the world. You know that, right? If someone tells you that the earth is spinning at 700 and something miles an hour, and you cannot feel it moving, you either think that you're crazy or you believe that person. But if you go outside and you don't feel the ground moving, then it's not moving. That's what you guys don't get. Listen, that's what you guys don't get. You can't live your life as though you're on a ball that is spinning when you can't, when it doesn't even affect your reality. And the real shit that affect your reality, you're gonna ignore it. Have you ever been outside on a still day and watched the surface of the water and you can tell that the water ain't moving at all? And then the wind begins to blow and then you see waves forming, you see ripples. And
I
somebody
do.
has convinced you that you're on a spinning ball and you believe that? And you're really out here living your life thinking that you're on a spinning ball when that got nothing to do with your reality? Listen, there's a difference between what you learn in school. When you're in school, you answer the question. They ask you, hey, how fast does the earth spin? Put it down on paper. You know that.
I mean,
But when you come
look.
outside,
If I'm standing next to that beach, and I'm looking at the wave in the water in the ocean, that is the fact of the matter that I'm looking at those things. And
You're looking at
still,
what?
I can still question
You're looking at what?
what is it that's keeping this thing the way it is. I don't have to know if I'm on a square ball or a circle board. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
My
what will
point of
happen when you
view, my
know?
question is that
What will happen when you
what is
know
it
what's making
that's
those waves moves? What will happen when you know? What will you do?
when I know, then that's the ultimate being a human being on this planet. Yes.
Hold on, bro.
So it, it will
Would that
make
make you
it
any
will
richer?
fulfill something inside of me.
Hold on, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro.
It will fulfill
When you
something
know what
inside of
makes
me.
the waves moves, what does that add to your life?
It will make me know that I am one.
Okay, so right now, what is stopping you from getting in a boat and sailing all the oceans of the world?
That's not going to answer me the question that
Oh,
I'm
how do
looking
you
for
know
here.
that? How do you know that? Have you tried?
No, I've not tried.
So you
No.
see, you just like talking. You're not willing to take the actions. Check this out, bro. You just like talking. You don't like to take the actions, bro. Because if you really wanted to know what makes the oceans move, you're going to find out how many oceans there are. You're going to find out how all the oceans work. You're going to find out how the oceans relate to each other. And you're going to notice the differences between how they work. You're going to begin to experiment, right? You can't just see something and begin to imagine the answers, bro. That's not how it works. That's the whole point of science. The whole point of science is experimentation. Science is not what you go to school to go and learn. Science is what you experiment after you've learned what you got in school. That's why
So
there's a
you do.
different types of science. There's a science where you sit down in class and the teacher just talks to you, and there's a science where you go into a lab and you actually take an acid and you take a litmus paper, you put the litmus paper into the acid and you watch it turn red. Then you could be like, wow, how does it turn red? And then you take the litmus paper, put it into a salty substance, and it turns blue. You're like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? That's experiment, right? You say, man, how do airplanes fly? Well, shoot, I'm going to learn how to fly. You go to pilot school. You learn all the basic fundamentals. You learn the forces. You learn the mechanical aspects of it. And then you get in the plane and you actually take off. And you're like, damn. Because now you're experimenting. But you can't sit down here and you're like, oh, I live on a planet that is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. What the hell did you do to experiment that? Or you just believe in the story because you were told? You don't know
What
that.
if somebody?
You don't know
What
that.
if?
You don't know that you are living on a planet. Anybody who thinks that they're living on a planet has a mental issue. If you ain't never been out and seen that planet, you have a mental issue and you don't know how to differentiate between what is and what is not. You're not even a real scientist. You're the same as a religious person. You are the same like the religious person. You don't know, but you convince yourself that you knew just because somebody told you.
Well, isn't everything we've been told by somebody? I mean,
Yes,
the information that you
and
get
if
is
the
told by
things that you
somebody,
have been
right?
told by somebody that you had the opportunity to experiment for yourself are the things that you can conclusively say are true.
Well, I mean, have you been told by somebody like all the stuff that you learned that you know so far? You've been told by
That's why
somebody,
I
right? Somebody
differentiate.
told you,
That's why
right?
I make
Somebody
a
taught you.
difference between things that are absolutely true and things that are cuckoo gaga. You see, personally for me, when people ask me what I believe, what do I say? Nothing. Like shit, bro. What should I believe in? Fundamentally, there's no need for me to believe because every belief is going to give birth to a doubt. I might as well keep doubting. Whatever you believe is what you doubt. People don't have to believe in things they don't doubt. The more you believe in something, the more you doubt it. Listen, people who like to say there is a God and they say I believe in God, you only have to believe in God because you doubt it. You doubt it. You doubt it. You ain't sure.
Man.
Because once you're sure about something, you don't even need to talk about it. You just be going about your day. You just be chilling. You don't get into arguments about that thing. You don't try to be convincing other people that it's real. Like, bro, we're not arguing about the sun, are we? Like, damn, man, somebody was arguing about water. Like, bro, I ain't got time for that shit. Like, you're not gonna enlighten nobody. The only reason why we're arguing if the earth is flat and if the earth is bald is because in reality, bro, nobody freaking knows. Even those who claim to know. That's the crazy thing. Nobody has ever been in the position to know. Not even the freaking government, not NASA, not Elon Musk, not SpaceX. Nobody knows. That's why we're arguing about it. If that shit was a fact, we ain't gonna be arguing about it, bro. It just be what it is. It'll be just what it is, bro. Everybody will be like, oh yeah, damn. Shit. It would be embarrassing to argue about it. It would be freaking embarrassing to argue about it. You want to know why Republicans and Democrats debate? Because none of them freaking know how to freaking run the country. None of them know how to run the country, bro. They don't know what the hell to do. The thing is too big. The system is way too big, and nobody knows the exact idea. So they sit down and argue. Hey, let's try my method. No, let's try my method. No, let's try my method. God damn, your method didn't work last time. Shit, your method didn't work too. Shit, you're the one that made this and messed this up. You're the one that did this and messed this up. That's how they go. Argue, 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 argue. Nobody has a formula. In the early days of mathematics, that's how they used to come up with formulas. The reason why they used to come up with formulas in mathematics is because mathematicians used to argue all the freaking time. So they decided to come up with this idea of formulas. How do you find the area of a square? Oh, you find the area of a square by doing it the African way. Hell no, you do it the Arab way. Hell no, you do it the white way. Nah, you gotta do it the Chinese way. And then we're in there arguing. Then we're like, okay, shut this thing up. Let's come up with a formula that it doesn't matter where you're from, you can use it to measure the area of a square. So what is a formula? You, Chinese man, bring your formula. Let's try it. Blang, 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 blang. It doesn't work, Chinese man. We're sorry about that. It don't work. Hey, white man, bring your formula. The white man bring his formula. Blang, 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 blang. It don't work. I'm sorry. Black man, bring your formula. Black man, bring his formula. Blang, 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 blang. It don't work. Arab, bring your formula. The Arab bring his formula, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, damn. Every time you use the formula of the Arab, it gives you a consistent answer. The Arab must be right. So guess what? This is how you find the area of a square. This is how you find the area of a triangle, of a trapezoid. How many types of shapes are there in the universe, bro? There's an infinite amount of shapes. It's not just a square. So yeah, we learn how to find the area of a square, but bro, every time we have a new shape, we have to learn how to find its area. Somebody got to do the mathematics. You can't just be going to school to learn what other people discover, like your ass ain't responsible for discovering some new shit. That's the problem with black folks. We want to use shit that everybody else discovered, but we don't want to use shit that we discovered. And when we discover something, we get jealous of our brothers. Ain't nobody in this world as jealous as black folks. A black man would rather see a white man enjoy something than see another black man enjoy it. Hell yeah. Thank you for your time,
Yeah,
Alex.
that's pretty sad.
I appreciate you, brother.
I have one more question. I think based on what you just said, the last statement, where is our sense of pride? You questioned that earlier, and I think that's a good question to bring up all the time. Where is our sense of pride as African? That's a disturbing thing to know. And we should question that more often. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Makanga.
What's up, brother, man? Go straight to your point, bro. What you got for me?
I did not even know I requested to come in. I was enjoying that last conversation. This is your Bakassi brother. I was totally into the last two conversations you've had, and I want you to, especially the guy that was in the military, that is still in the military.
Right.
I've been listening so intently. I did not even know I requested to join. But thanks for getting me in. I'm going to get out of here so you can get someone more productive to get in.
I appreciate you, brother.
Okay?
I really do appreciate you.
I'm enjoying the life. I'm
Thank
just
you.
enjoying the
Thank
life.
you.
Okay?
Hit the like button and share the live. Share the live with 20 people. Ladies and gentlemen, share the live with 20 people. Hit the like button and share the live. Share the live session, ladies and gentlemen. Share the live session. Share this live session with 20 people. People need to hear what Bakanga has to say, even if they don't agree. Bakanga is not looking for your agreement. I'm simply wanting your brain to begin to rethink. Rethink a lot of the things you haven't rethought of. Lekete. Lekete. There is no God. There never has been. And there never will be. Nobody can prove me wrong. No Bible character ever existed. Muslims worship Muhammad. All Muslims worship Muhammad. Muslims and Christians, you simply are worshiping human beings and you don't even know it. Thank you to everyone that is sharing the life. Thank you to everyone that's sharing the life. Lekete. There has never been, there will never be. If you don't like it, you can cry about it. For sure, critical. What's going on, man? Bakangalized daps. Space is real when you're in school, because that's what they're teaching you in school, right? But when you go about your life day to day, what the hell are you looking at? You don't really know. You have to know the difference between what you learn in school and what your life really is, y'all. That's very important for your mental stability. That is very, 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 very important for your mental stability, bros. And get straight to the. I don't see the Muslims in here. Christians, where you guys at? What's going on, bro?
Prove to me that God is not real.
If you look for God, you will never find God.
Who made you?
My father and my mother.
Who made your father and your mother, your grandmother and your father? Who made your whole family? Who made your bloodline, huh?
Their father and their mother.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody has a father and a mother. You will never find anybody who has. You would never find anybody who doesn't have a father and a mother, my friend.
Okay, wait. Look, if you just want to get this exit quickly and not an argument, just let me finish my question, all right?
If you want to keep talking to me, just realize where you are, all right? So go ahead, talk. Behave yourself. Don't be like a child. You sound pretty young. I just want you to not act like a child. As long as you don't behave like a child, we will talk.
I'm 15. Listen, so like those 235 people that are watching are actually giggling behind the screen, looking like a doofus.
Like I said again, I understand your voice sounds pretty young, and I expect a certain level of childishness from you, right? Now, if you want to talk with adults, behave like an adult.
Okay, I'm going to behave like an adult. All right. Okay, so look, me, I'm Muslim, and worshipping Muhammad, that isn't that. We worship Allah, and the people who say Allah is not real, and we worship Muhammad, that is not true. We worship Allah, the only Allah. That's why I pray 5 times a day.
How do you know you're worshiping Allah?
Because there's 5 times. Yes.
How do you know you're worshiping Allah?
Yes. The Holy Quran.
Who wrote the Holy Quran?
Muhammad.
You're worshiping Muhammad, bro. He lied to you.
Bro, what are you laughing about, bro?
I'm telling you that you are worshiping a book that somebody wrote. You're worshiping that person because he lied to you.
Like, what you saying out there, bro? Like, cheese, bro. Your eyes look like fucking eyeballs, bro. It's so stinky ass, bro.
Is this how all Muslim children are? Islam must be really a bad religion if all Muslim children behave like this. Wow. It's worse than we thought, ladies and gentlemen.
We're defending our religion. War defend
If
your
your religion was
religions.
true, you wouldn't have to defend it. People only have to defend lies.
What's your religion?
I have no religion. Look at that. Yeah, you get it. That's why you said look at that. It is what it is.
Bro, Allah is real. No joke, cry about it.
You have been lied to, bro. You have been bamboozled
You
and
have been...
domesticated.
Bro, just listen to the chat and take me out. Bro, just listen to the chat and take me out, bro.
I would take you out if I wanted to, but you have to understand, bro. I'm not necessarily biased, and I don't mind talking to someone that's younger as long as your brain can work. If I determine that your brain is no longer working, then maybe I don't want to talk to you. But I'm not going to completely disrespect you, because letting you talk, even if we're arguing, it's still a type of respect, because you're a human being. It's not like you're not a person. It's just that sometimes you kids really act like kids, right? So it's hard to talk like kids, and so people are like take him down because they expect you to be like a kid. But I'm giving you a little bit of benefit of doubt because it seems like your brain is working. So as long as your brain is working, to me, it doesn't matter if you say you're Muslim or not. We're talking.
Bakanga.
What's up?
Look, you can focus on your stuff like God is not real and all that, bro, but just don't break up Muslims and other religions, all right? If you want to say that to yourself, say it to yourself. Mind your own business. I mind my
Well,
own
but
business.
why then do
Okay?
Islam? Why do you guys spread Islam then?
For good deeds, of course.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're telling me to do something that you're doing. Because check this out. You guys believe in taking Islam and going to share Islam with other people because you think it's good, right? I think it's good to let people know that religion is bad. So I'm doing what you're doing.
Bakanga, look, if you want to mind your own business, you can. If you want to do this
But
on
why
TikTok,
don't you
do it.
Muslims
I'm
mind
gonna
your
mind
own
your own
business?
business. Okay, then. Then remove me from here, and then
No,
mind your own
you're
business, do
not a
your
Muslim.
stuff,
You're a human being
nothing,
to
live your
me.
life.
Were you born a Muslim?
Yes, of course.
Really? So you used to worship Allah in your mother's womb?
Yes. What? Okay, look, bro, you're just talking nonsense all
Did you
day.
used to worship
Like
Allah when you were
yesterday,
in your
I heard
mother's
you talking
stomach?
about like LeBron James, Steph Curry, and shit.
Did you used to worship Allah
Like
in your
Steph?
mother's stomach?
Yes, of course.
I knew you were a
Like I was
child, but
born
I
a
was
Muslim.
pretty sure I didn't want to believe that you were a liar. But man, your daddy must have been lying to you. You must live in a house with a bunch of
Come on,
lies.
bro. At least my dad loves me.
That's what you think. If your dad loved you, he wouldn't make you bow down like an animal.
And that's what you think, bro, because
No,
your parents
I'm
even
not.
love you.
That's not what I think. I know
like,
how those people pray. I know how those people pray by getting down like dogs. You know how when a dog wants to beg. Have you ever seen a dog? Hey, my friend, I know you're smart and you've seen some movies. You know what a dog does when a dog wants to beg, right? The dog will go from walking straight. It puts its front legs in the front and wags his tail and shake his ass. That's what dogs do. So it surprises me. It surprises me when I see human beings do it too. Why saying Allahu Akbar and then you pull your head down and then wag your tail that you don't even have? It's just crazy to me. It's just me, bro. It's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just saying it's just kind of weird that human beings do that.
Well, let me tell you something real quick. Hold on.
Lekete.
Boy, what the hell is like at, bro? Look at your thing out here. Sing a guy with tails, bro. Look at you. Man, that thing from Jota.
Hey.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure if I got into a fight with your father, I would beat his ass.
Look, my dad is 7 foot. Like, how can you compare to that?
Is your dad black?
Light skin.
I can beat his ass.
Oh, your wish.
I would bamboozle. I would bacchanalize and Americanize him.
We should follow. Look, bro. We should follow a god, not you.
No, you should follow nobody. Only animals follow. If you're a human being, please don't follow anyone. Use your own brain.
What you mean that, bro? Like, who made you? Just tell me, who made you?
My father's testicles and my mother's womb. That's what made me, bro.
Okay, me too.
And
I only like Allah, and that's it. You.
So why are we arguing?
Look, man. I support Allah. You support your own thing. Oh, look, just
Allah
I'm gonna go out of this life. You mind your business. I'm mind my own business.
Allah is in your imagination.
Your papa's in your imagination, get dominated by fancy love.
Allah is in your imagination.
Okay.
Allah,
Too far now.
Allah in your imagination. Allah.
Some moderator was not willing to deal with that child anymore. Reshima, shout out to you, Reshima. You know, Reshima, on that type of one, but you know, bro, I would not freaking get off of it. Hey, you know I would not. You know, you. Somebody's been watching me too long. All right, I see. Blackos. Let's bring Blackos and Butterfly.
Hello,
What's going on, sir?
Makanga. See, without taking much of your time, Bakanga, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead. Go straight to your point and speak more audibly.
Okay, hold on. Okay. My question now is, who made the sun, the stars, the moon, like the skies? Don't you think those stuffs look so marvelous, so beautiful? Like, and come to think of it, we humans can't go close to the sun because it's going to burn us up. So it's like,
Okay, bro.
and I also have one more question.
Oh, no, let me answer the first one first, then I'll let you answer the second one. My answer will be very brief.
Okay.
So, bro, have you ever seen an oven, a giant oven, where they bake bread?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a human being that can go and sleep inside an oven?
No,
Why?
because it's too hot.
Can you imagine that? God must be the one who built that oven because human beings cannot go inside. Wow. So fantastic. I wonder who built that oven. But again, you see airplane. Have you ever seen somebody that can stand in front of an airplane engine when the engine is turning?
No,
What will happen to them if you stand in front of an engine?
it's not possible.
It will suck you in and cut you up in pieces, right? Hey, imagine that, bro.
Yes.
Woo. That engine must have been made by a God. Just because you don't understand the engineering behind how a specific thing was designed doesn't mean you need to conclude that it was designed by some superhuman being. When you clearly see that in our world, we have so many magnificent structures that are a product of human ingenuity that the average human being doesn't even know how it works. For example, your phone. Most people don't know how a phone is designed and how it works. They use it. Does it mean God made it? No. That thing that's in the sky right there, do you know how long this world has been around? Do you know just how many civilizations have come and gone? What makes you think that human beings cannot make the sun? What makes you think that that's necessarily impossible to the human intellect if the human intellect had enough time to work on it? Do you even know what it is? You don't know what it is. How do you know that this is the only world with human beings? Why is your first instinct for you to imagine some glorious superhuman being? What if it was just another creature or another being? It's not necessarily a godly being, it's just a being with a different technology. Do you know how many? You don't go outside and you see a building and you're like, wow, this building is so tall. And you begin to imagine in your head that one supernatural person made the building. Everything in this universe takes teamwork. Where there is teamwork, things work along. Whoever made the sun was not one person. I can guarantee you it was a team of people. There is nothing that is made by one person. It takes a team. Even your car, it takes a team. And when you have teamwork, even bees can make magnificent structures. Even small, tiny little creatures can build something so magnificent when they work as a team. So there's no need for us to assume that it was made by a god or that it has to be the product of a god. No, the stars, everything you see around you, it was made by somebody. Yes, correct. But it wasn't necessarily made by a god. In fact, the fact that you can understand that it was made should tell you that whoever that god is not necessarily smarter than you. He's just hiding his science from you. So yeah, if you think that the sun was made, you're already halfway there. You're already halfway there. Whoever made it cannot be that smarter than you. If they just show you the blueprints, you will make it too. If they show you the blueprints, they're like, okay, it will take you 10,000 years of your lifespan. You're like, okay, no problem. I know I will only live to 100 years, but I'm a human being. I have big toto. I can multiply. So I will get my descendants to continue where I ended up. And 10,000 years from now, we'll have a son. Whatever we need to do, as long as we work as a team, we get it done. In fact, we don't see any absolute power anywhere in our observable reality. The idea of an almighty God that says, let there be light, that's bullshit. If the universe was created, it was created by a group of beings in their millions, if not in their trillions, or no, even in their quadrillions. Look at human civilization. Can you look at all the civilization of men and then assume that it was made by this one almighty supreme being? No. Look at the governments of men. Do we have governments that are run by one person? No. Even your own stories tell you that God has angels that do his work for him because he cannot do it himself. Even have you ever wondered in the Bible, why does God need angels if God can just speak things into existence, why does he need angels? He must be lazy. Eh? Why does Allah need angels? Why does an almighty being need angels? Why do you need workers? If you can do it for yourself, if you can wipe your own buttocks, why do you need to create beings that will wipe your buttocks for you? Are you that lazy? Think about it. If God could, listen, bro, the God of Christianity is the worst one. So he made this man and made this devil that came and corrupted this man that he made. And then he had to now reincarnate himself, take that human form, and come and fix the very problem. But it didn't really work. So now he's threatening his own creation. If you don't believe in me, I will burn you. Listen, you human beings, come here. You better fear me, because fearing me is the beginning of wisdom. And then when you fear me, you must believe me. You must follow the laws, but not the laws that I give you directly. Follow the laws that I send the white people that came to colonize you. Yes, believe them. Believe them that Jesus, yes, they give you white Jesus. That's me. That's me. I'm the one who died for your sins. Eh?
Wow. Wow.
Which kind of God is that?
That's
Which kind of
interesting.
God is that? Cannot get jiggy with that God, oh. We Africans cannot get jiggy with that God, not anymore. I know you people think that we are stupid and slow. We are not stupid and slow, oh. Mm-mm. Just because we like to sing and dance, don't take it for granted, oh. Don't take it for granted, oh. Any Jesus who cannot save black people on the boat, listen, I don't care who Jesus is. Like I said, anybody who knows where Jesus is, tell me. Because I want to fight him. I will beat him up. Me alone, I can take him on. For being a useless savior, a useless Messiah. You need to go and Messiah his own imagination. Jesus can save. Save who? What, how? You're telling me Jesus can save me, but he did not save the people who were like me, who were suffering more than me. I should put my trust in that person. Talk about 419, scam. Talk about supreme, holy scammer. Jesus is a holy scammer. So is Muhammad. Angel Gabriel came and talked to me. With all due respect, sir, you they lie. That's what we have in Nigeria. They say in West Africa, we say you they lie. Now lie you they talk. Eh? Fat lie. You're not even telling us a small lie. You're telling us a fat lie. And then Muslims will say Muhammad split the moon. Abi, Muhammad split the moon, and we Africans, our ancestors did not see it. Eh? Only you people saw it. If Muhammad were split the moon, our ancestors in Africa will not tell us the same story. If there was a flood that flooded the whole world, it was only white people in this planet who wrote the Bible. Our African ancestors were not here when the whole world flooded. In our own traditions, we don't have that story because we are mumu. No be so. Think about it, bro. Any story that is written in those religious books, if you cannot already find those stories in African tradition, they are lying. Because we know for a fact that we have been here. Even them will tell you that we have been here longer than everybody else. How can anything be true that comes out of the Quran or the Bible that we Africans don't know?
That's true.
Bullshit. The Americans like to call it bullshit. Sometimes they just say shit. They don't even say bullshit. They just say shit. The Igbos like to say tofiakwa. Eh? The Mexicans like to say chingao. Chingawe. That's some madness.
What is this?
That's some
What
next
is
level
making
madness.
sense?
Listen, y'all, you need to
Making
start to
sense.
think nobody cares about your feelings and your emotions. I am telling you the truth. They are just stories in a book. The Bible is just a story in a book. Not a single character in that book ever existed. Not a single character in the book called the Bible actually ever existed. It is literally a story that was made up from scratch. It ain't got nothing to do with our reality. It ain't got nothing to do with our reality. It is high time we begin to speak about these things because these things are holding our people back. It is destroying the creativity of young African men. Young African scientists who are supposed to be making groundbreaking discoveries are busily going to church every night to pray that God will help them out without even knowing that they have the brains in their head to solve their own problems. It is the original comic book. Jesus died for your sins? What sin? Which sin? Who made? Do you realize that a Christian cannot offer you Jesus before they have convinced you that you are a sinner? They cannot give you the good news unless they first give you the bad news. The bad news is how they first brainwash you. They have to convince you that you are messed up, that something is wrong with you. You can be perfectly living your life in Africa, going to the farm, coming back, dancing with your friends, like we were all doing from tribe to tribe. Maybe every once in a while you argue with your neighbors. Then somebody showed up and looked at you and said, you are a sinner. Everything you do is a sin. The songs you sing, the way you talk, the stories you tell, the clothes you wear, everything, you are a sinner. But Jesus can save you. Come on, man. If you are white, please stop propagating that. We don't need your Jesus. With all due respect, if you're a white Christian, keep that nonsense to yourself. It is nonsense. From an African perspective, I call it nonsense. It has never done my people any good. Show me one good thing that Christianity has done for Africans. And then we can have a conversation. Show me one good thing. Every single thing Christianity has done, it has taken more. If it gave us one, it took 10. It destroyed our people. We would have resolved all our conflicts by now if we were not religiously separated. Show me one good thing he has ever done for Africans at a national level, rather than make us more of your slaves. That's bullshit. If you're mad at me because I'm saying this, so be it. If you are black and you support Christianity, you're unfortunately the reason why our people cannot prosper. You are the problem. It's time for you to get off your emotions and begin to ask yourself the question, if God loves you so much, why doesn't he come and rescue Africa? Why doesn't he show up in person? Why doesn't he send one angel to Nigeria, let the angel appear, let every Nigerian see it? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. This God wants us to continue to believe just blindly? That's some bullshit. We are not that slow. We are not that stupid. We're not foolish. We can also think for ourselves. They have been exploiting us. Their favorite joke to use to describe us is monkey. When these young Arab kids come to my show and they make, what do they call me, a monkey, right? They think that we have the intellect level of a monkey. We're only intelligent enough to do work, but we need to be told what to do by them. Even the good Christians, you are supporting it when you think that our people cannot be independent within our own image and our own religion. When you leave America as a missionary and you go to Africa, you're going there to go and colonize. Africa doesn't need missionaries. Africa does not need any American missionaries, any European missionaries. We don't need you. We don't need your Jesus. We don't need your God. We don't need your religion. Keep your Islam to yourself. Being black is not the same thing as Islam. And any black person who is Islamic is because you were colonized, domesticated, and you don't know better. It's a sickness. You can't tell me a religion which is anti-black is a solution to black people's problems. BS. Why do you think that the Arabs in North Africa don't like to identify themselves as black? They're not gullible like you are. Listen, there's such a thing as being too nice, okay? There is such a thing as being too nice, and we are too nice. We need to get off that, what I call bullshit. It's about time. We need to define ourselves in our African way. Whatever we do as Africans, let's do it our African way, and there's nothing wrong with our African way. I don't care if you want to call it black magic, call it witchcraft. That's your problem. You're only calling it black magic and witchcraft because you're scared of it. You are afraid of it. Show me one Christian who's not afraid of witchcraft. They taught you to be afraid of your own tradition. They taught you to be afraid of what makes you you. Muhammad. If Muhammad was a black man, let's talk. If you can prove to me that Muhammad was a black man, let's have a conversation then. Let's talk. If you can prove to me that Muhammad was a black man, then let's talk. If Muhammad was not a black man, then let the people who are like Muhammad worry about Muhammad. It's not like we Africans don't have grandfathers and great-grandfathers who were wise men. It's not as if we don't have great-grandfathers who were also leaders, spiritualists. You must think that we are mad. No, we are not mad. Take that your nonsense and come out for here. Our generation is not going to tolerate the bullshit anymore, okay? Our generation is no longer going to tolerate the bullshit.
Let it come.
Look at that, bro. What's going on, bro? You two at the same time. What you guys got for me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay long. I'm okay. I'm just right. You know, a little bit tired. I'm trying to eat a lot of fright because with the damn crazy people, you know, the work is so hard with them. You must eat properly. If you don't eat properly, your brain gonna blow. You know, I follow you like for 3 days. I'm asking myself. I say, why people they killing, they brining for the people like this? And I don't know if you see in the news now. I don't watching the TV, but I saw few videos. They make now Jesus Christ is gonna be black because you understand now that the people begin to understand that the old day story for Jesus for the Quran is a scam. Now Jesus gonna be black
Yeah,
to
but
keep the
they're
black
only
people.
trying to make Jesus black because they want to control the narrative.
Yeah, you know.
Listen, y'all. You can't fall for this system. The color of our skin is not just color. Anyone that tells you that being black is just a color, it's an ignorant person. Being black is not just a color. If it was a color, you'll be able to wash it off. It's in your genetics. It's in your genes. It protects you from the sun.
It's deep.
It's not just a
The
color.
melanin.
Yes, that melanin, it's not just melanin. There's another name to it that you people don't know. It's not melanin. Melanin is also what they have told you. Who told you it was melanin? Hold up. Who told you that it was melanin? Was it your grandfather?
Yeah, that's
Was it your grandmother?
no.
Without this, there is no life in this world. This is the command code.
I know.
This is the command code. Every animal that sees you bows.
I know. That's why.
Everything in this domain, from the sun, the stars, would bow to the complexion of your skin, to this thing that you have. Everything bows to you because of it. You say it's melanin. It's not just melanin. The sun does not bow to people who don't have it. The sun is violent towards people who don't have it. I'm not preaching hatred. I'm just telling you the truth. The sun in the sky is violent. Wild animals are violent to people who don't have melanin. We didn't have to tame the animals. We coexist with them. We can speak their languages. I'm not preaching hatred. I'm just telling you. If you're Caucasian, you do not originate from this world. Your ancestors do not originate from this world. This world is hostile to you. You need to do more research on your roots, and they are lying to you. The reason, the reason why the Europeans are doing research is because what they are looking for was already here. But they didn't have it. It wasn't them. They have erased history. The pyramid is the last thing left to show you a civilization that got destroyed more than 50,000 years ago. That civilization is responsible for most of those stars that you see in the sky. There's even a
Mm-hmm.
remnant of our people. Listen, people don't even understand, okay, why Africans are divided into tribes. We're not tribal just because of tribalism alone. We're tribal also because of how our ancestors were, like who they really were. Divided. We're divided up just like the heavens and the constellations, the
Mm-hmm.
different elements that we govern. You understand?
That's why when you see the constellation, how they build the pyramid is always in a position from the constellation. They knew what they're doing. No, they knew
The
properly what they're
worst thing
doing.
that could happen to this world and those who rule this world is that African people realize who they are. The
Yeah, but
moment
that,
Africans,
that, that,
listen. When you see the average black man today is a man who has been conquered, okay? If you see a black man who has never been conquered, the arrogance. You don't understand. You have never seen the look of an arrogant person until you see a black man who has never been conquered.
mm,
Listen, y'all. You guys don't understand. Listen again. You have never seen an arrogant person who just looks arrogant. The embodiment of say shit. Talk to me. Like if you never seen what it's like when someone says, say that again. A person that would annihilate you and wipe off your genetics from existence. Just because. That's what a black man who has never been conquered looks like. Those ones are there in this world, okay? They look at
I
us.
don't think
They look at us from an inferiority perspective because we were not strong enough to prevent ourselves from being conquered. So those are our brothers. They look at us. They look at us from a pity perspective. They don't even want to help us. What's up, Weird?
what's up, bro. I just wanted to you touch on so many things, but I just wanted to touch on black real quick. A lot of Moors, a lot of people who study trust law and contract law. Oh, black is, if you take the B off of black, it means you lacking something. Do you understand as a black man and a black woman how insanely, infinitely powerful you really are being black? Forget your skin being brown. Forget it being copper. Get to the bliggity black nucleic center of every cell, and you will see the beginning of the universe. If you look at the cell of a tadpole egg, the nucleic center is black before it becomes a tadpole, before it morphs into a frog. That tadpole egg went through stages to be a frog. We went through stages from complete darkness to be human beings. From that blackness, from that darkness, the melanin is not just the word melanin is not even the correct term. Nobody even knows the correct term for melanin. Melanin vibrates on planes that's beyond our comprehension of ourselves.
I would say that
I
a
was
person
taught
who doesn't possess it cannot possibly know what it is.
a person that doesn't possess it don't even understand the level of thinking black people is on just from thinking, not being high, not being on drugs, just from having a thought. We on a different plane than everybody else. It's not black supremacy. It's not I'm better than you. It is what it is. Black is. Black is the is.
Black is the most
Without
intimidating
darkness,
thing, right? That's what I'm saying. It's not a
it doesn't
compliment. And you have to understand, man. Y'all gotta understand. Some of those European descendants are justified for their hatred of us. Before we were conquered, we were a terror to them.
Just from the sight, just from us taking 5 steps towards them, they didn't understand what they was looking at. They the ones called us gods because our bodies was naturally muscular and we was fast and our hair and our skin was just glowing like diamonds.
If
The
they call us
woman was
God,
God.
they made a mistake because we bleed just like them. We could die just like them. The difference is, outside of war and conflict, We live a life that they can only dream of. Because everything in this realm is in alignment with every ounce of our anatomy. Like
Exactly.
what we are, we don't, how do I put it, man? I'm really trying to have African people understand that the more you think that Jesus is coming to save you, you will
You
never
are
know
dead.
who you are, and your life you will always be miserable.
Yeah.
The more you worship Muhammad and the God of Muhammad, you will always be miserable. To be African,
You don't.
listen, we have to embody the negativity. They say we're savages. Yes, we are savages. They say we are uncivilized. Yeah, we are uncivilized. Whatever they say, it is what
Mm.
it is. Like I said, what do you say you are? That's what matters.
Yeah, but when they say that you are uncivilized, what do you mean that you are uncivilized? Because you have the way how you want to live, because you know what you're doing. You are not uncivilized. They are uncivilized because they want to change you to be different person. That's why. You know.
Right.
No, Baba Kanga,
They want to,
Kanga, I'm going to go down.
yeah,
I'm going just to say
thank
to
you,
you,
thank you.
you know. Vraiment, merci. Tu sais, des fois, tellement que je fais aussi des lives beaucoup comme toi, tu arrives avec les gens qui sont malades et je me dis, il faut pas arrêter. Et toi, tu es là et des fois, je fais pas des lives. I just come to watch you and I say, I have the same work to do. And I know one day the black people, basically, I'm talking from black, my own color, they're gonna understand that the story from from God, from or the angel, or it just fake, that they must stand up, and the technology is the most of improved things what we need to know about our life. I'm really, I really thank you. I'm thankful what you're doing and keep doing, because I know we need to check together. That's the way you say, you know, if we are together, we can do the lot of things. But when you are alone, that's why they're killing all the black guys what they want to fighting from this system, because they're always alone. We must be together. When you are together, you are just one person. That is the most of powerful for the things what the black people must understand. We must stay together. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you are ashamed to be, look at nature, okay? The natural world, I'll bring you up, Prince. Just give me a minute. The natural world is naturally segregated. That is the balance that allows things to flow. Monkeys don't hang out with gorillas. Hyenas don't hang out with foxes. Giraffes don't hang out with hippopotamus. The only time you see all these animals together is when they go to the water hole. The water hole is where they
Mhm.
find common necessities. Water, everybody needs to drink. And if you notice in the water hole, they don't usually fight that much. They don't fight. The hippopotamus maintains law and order at the water hole. Observe the animal. The hippopotamus will rescue any animal that's been attacked by the crocodiles. The crocodiles feel entitled, but everybody must drink. That's the rule of the jungle. Animals have a system. It works like that. Animals don't fight at the water hole. But if you come into the grasslands, you go into the territory of the lions, you will be dinner. Sometimes the gazelles don't have food anywhere else. They have to go and eat the grass that's in the territory of the lions because there's no other grass anywhere. So they have to take the risk. But you don't go by yourself. We want to go all 1,000 of us. We know that at least 5 of us will die. But if only 5 of us die every day, then everybody else can eat and survive. That's why the gazelles go into the territory of the lions to go and eat grass. The lions will not eat the grass. They don't feed on grass. They feed on gazelles. So the lions make their home where there is grass, the best grass. If you want to eat the best grass as a gazelle, you have to go into the territory of the lions. That's the only time they interact. But there is conflict there. Now look at the human world. African people, we live where there is the best resources of everything. Anybody who wants to come into our territory will have to deal with us. And for a long time, when they came, so they made a 1,000-year plan. Now they can go there anytime they want to and take whatever they want to. Listen, most of you don't know about the Berlin Conference in 1884. There were 14 countries there, including the United States of America, including Russia. Okay? Those 14 countries got together and decided to divide Africa up into a pizza. Out of those 14 countries, 7 of them walked away saying that we don't want anything to do with it. United States and Russia were involved. Listen, you're talking about colonizers here, okay? The U.S. is also a colonizer. Don't get it wrong. It was just so messed up. Whatever they were planning to do in Africa was so messed up. A country that used to keep slaves was like, yeah, we don't want none of that. Because they were going to leave Europe, take their militaries, go to Africa, and just and exterminate the people of the land. That's what they wanted to do. So they went there, and they fought the different kingdoms that were there. And they defeated them. They had superior weapons, duh. But in turn, even after they conquered Africa, you know what happened? They couldn't agree who will have what. So they started fighting themselves in Europe. That was World War I. Don't let them lie to you. World War I started because the Prince of Austria-Hungary was killed by so and so. No, they were fighting over the territory of Africa. Who was going to take it? And Germany was the most powerful country that had the most. So they all came together and ganged against Germany. And they won. And they took all the colonies. How do I know? Because I'm from Cameroon. Cameroon was originally colonized by the Germans. The Germans are the ones who came to Cameroon. They did not so much wage war in Cameroon. The Germans, when they came to Cameroon, their strategy was not extermination. Their strategy was business. But like kind of like scamming type of business. The Italians, when they went to Ethiopia, they wanted to fight. The English in Nigeria, they were fighting and killing the kings. In Cameroon, the tribes in Cameroon, we put up a resistance. But with the Germans, we could negotiate with the Germans to a certain extent. But when the French and the English won World War II, they came into Cameroon. Today, the average Cameroonian speaks French and English. Why? We don't speak German, even though the word Cameroon was originally German. Well, Portuguese, but eventually German. What happened during World War II? The Germans were salty. We were the richest, most powerful country in Europe. And all these fools ganged up against us. So Hitler used that to motivate. The Jews that were in Germany were the descendants of the British royal family. Those 6 million folks that you hear about in Germany, those ain't the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the way they tell you. No. That's the bloodline and the family of those who had been ruling England for a long time. It was their descendants. They used to interbreed among themselves. They still rule the world till today. They're the ones who try to cancel Kanye. They made themselves the chosen people of that book. They made themselves the chosen people of that book that they wrote. And then they try to make the things written in that book to happen in real life. They wrote their plan down and then they tried to execute. So in 1948, what happened? Right after they won the war, they went to the Middle East and started fighting the Arabs that were there and stole the land of the Arabs and created this country called Israel, a fake country that had never existed before, and put all those white folks there in Israel and started convincing people that, oh, this is the prophecy that was written in the Bible coming to fulfillment. Like we are all dumb. We don't know that. Listen, if they show you videos of Jerusalem in 1904, it was all black people and Arabs. Jerusalem was black people and Arabs. They wiped them off, bro. I'm telling y'all don't understand. They don't teach you this shit in school. They went on a mass extermination campaign, worse than what the Germans did in Germany. You talk about it today, they cancel you. You can cancel me. How you can you cancel nothing? Yeah. It's all good, Listen, this is my advice to white folks, especially white Americans. Nobody stays on top for a long time, okay? Now, right now, as you guys are talking, your daughters are wearing trousers and your sons are wearing skirts. Listen again, this is my advice to white America. Right now, as we speak, your sons wear skirts and your daughters wear trousers. The whole gender confusion originates with you guys. We black folks will never be genderly confused at all. LGBT is also you guys. The way it used to work everywhere else in the world was, if you're like that, you keep your secret and you can live just fine. If you were into same sex, right? Back in the day, as long as you kept your secret, you were fine. You didn't go out in the street to protest and ask for rights. You were just begging for trouble. White folks, all that confusion is in the white folks' land. White folks are starting to lose their identity. They don't know if they're Christians or if they're progressives or if they're conservatives. White Americans especially. That confusion is making you to hate people who are not like you. You think that America is collapsing. You think the end of the world is about to happen because the civilization that was built, that your ancestors built on the bloods of others, is starting to demand. If you're a white American, please, my brothers and sisters, I hope you're not gullible to think that somehow all that innocent blood that was shed for this land by your ancestors is somehow gonna just go away into thin air. The Native Americans don't necessarily like you guys. The Hispanics don't necessarily like you guys. There's a lot of my African American brothers that hold grudges. There's a lot of African brothers. There's a lot of black people who are mixed, but you guys still call them black as though they're not half white. You have a sense of superiority. Even the best among you have a sense of superiority. If you didn't have a sense of superiority as a white person, you would be advocating for reparations to be paid to black people and to Native Americans. Some of you do. Genuinely do. But the empire that was built by the bloods of other races, it's not going to last. All that anger that you guys have built up, unless you guys are willing to exterminate everybody. So what are you going to do? My advice to you is you need to make peace, okay? You need to make peace with other races right now. Make peace with other races right now. The white America needs to make peace. You need to atone right now. When you lose the technological edge, your descendants will curse your name. Everybody knows, regardless of what your religion is, in this world you reap what you sow. Somebody said, brother, you can't change the world. You can't change the world. Don't worry about Bakanga. Bakanga is here to Bakangalize the world. I will Bakangalize the world. TikTok is just the beginning of a long journey. Everybody starts from somewhere. If you are white America, forget about your Jesus, your religion, your BS. Just like you are enjoying this top #1 country in the world right now because your ancestors literally came in here and exterminated people. At some point, your descendants will reap from it. If you have wisdom, you would make peace with everybody right now. Make peace. Please make peace. Make peace while there are still peaceful times. Everything in this world is about race. It will never not be about... You know I see a lot of white folks say race don't matter. Race matters. Race matters. If you are black and your wife is white, how you raise your kid matters. Which culture you're going to raise your kid matters. Interracial relationship matters. There's nothing wrong with it per se. You should love who you love, regardless of their race. But what race you are and what race they are matters. Make peace with those whom your ancestors marginalized and ask for forgiveness openly. Make peace if you are white. Make peace with those whom your ancestors marginalized and ask for forgiveness now. If not, you are bound to reap what your ancestors sowed. Everybody does. There's no exceptions. No, the crimes of your ancestors. The Europeans were not nice to themselves, okay? The Europeans were not nice to themselves even before they began to interact with others. I'm not just talking about Africans. I'm talking about Europe. In Asia, y'all don't even know the history of the Europeans in Asia. The Asians don't like the Europeans. The legacy of Europeans' interaction with Asian country is no bueno. Hello, 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 my Cameroonians people. If you want to debate me, send a request. That's it. You're living in a country that was made by another human being. How are you going to atone for the responsibility of another human being? Really? You ever wonder where the chips that stop using your phone, stop using the technology that is made up from the free labor of other people. You can't help it. You need to look. If your ancestors were the oppressors and you are the descendants of the oppressors, you need to go to the descendants of those who were oppressed and ask for forgiveness. Let them forgive you. If not, vengeance will always be on the table, even in their hearts, no matter how much they pretend. No one is a fool to just forget. Do you know why history repeats itself? Because people forget. And they don't remember until they're doing the exact same shit they did before. This is not the end of slavery, okay? That the slavery that happened in America will happen again. Because people are going to forget. I'm suspecting white folks will forget. White folks right now are working so hard to forget. So they're not teaching their children what their ancestors did to make sure that their children never let themselves be slaves or be slave owners. White folks in America right now are trying so hard to forget. Because they think that, oh my bad, hiccups. They think that if history repeats itself, it's going to repeat itself to where they are the oppressors. You don't think that other people can oppress your descendants? If your descendants forget that their ancestors were oppressors, you are putting them at risk of being oppressed. And don't you dare tell me that what I'm saying is not true. There are not enough books that can write the horrific things that European ancestors did to other people in the world. The horrors. If I was white, I would be ashamed of what my ancestors did. Personally, you as a person, you can live your life just fine. But your descendants, the only way to ensure that they are safe, you need to make peace now. Right now in the world that we live in, the white elite control most of the world. But the Chinese are tired of it, right? So you see what China is doing? No matter how we put it, human beings are going to go to war. Everybody has been worshiping white people for a long time. My question to you, white folks, are you ready to worship other people? Are you ready to put up a picture of a black man on the wall and teach your children that that's their savior? Because if you're not ready, you better get ready. Send your request. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing? I have a question. I only have one question. I'm gonna just drop off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what you said was the white people got to be ready to put a black man on a wall and tell them they're Jesus, right?
That was just an analogy, yeah.
So, are you saying Jesus is black?
No, but what I'm saying is that black people can also create their own fictional religion and force it on other people.
Okay, that's the only question that I have for you. I don't
Yeah,
want to hold you up.
because
All right,
the
thank you.
Jesus that you're
All
worshiping
right,
is a fictional character that white folks created, and they force it
right,
on other people, right? And use it for their advantage. So we can create
right.
our own fictional characters and force it on everybody else and use it to colonize. History is just a repeat process of be colonized and be the colonizer. Jesus was not a Middle
Okay,
Eastern. Stop that nonsense. There was no Middle East. Middle East literally is not even up to 100 years old. The entire Arabian Peninsula until about 15 to 1400 years ago was completely black until the Persians invaded. Saying that Jesus
okay.
was a Brahmin from the Middle East is like saying that Native Americans were white. If you come to America today, white people are the majority. But does it mean that 600 years ago, white people were the majority here? No. The inhabitants of the Middle East today are immigrants. They are not indigenous.
So, do you believe Jesus existed?
No. But in that time period that we're being told, there was a black kingdom that used to rule that area. A mighty kingdom of people that look like me and you. The Romans fought against them and defeated that kingdom over and over and over and over. That kingdom had colonies in North America too. That's what's got a lot of these black African American brothers confused. That kingdom was based out of the Sahara Desert. The place
Okay,
that they call the Sahara Desert today, there was a kingdom there. It's been wiped out from history. It has been wiped out of history.
it's buried under the desert.
There's really no Egypt. That land is called Chemeth. Chem. It is the home place of alchemy, what you now call chemistry. Alchemy is the name that they call their science in Chemeth. They had giant pillars that was covered by sand. The pyramid is just the top of a giant obelisk that's on the
So,
ground. So if you dig the
I have
ground around
one
the
more
pyramid,
question.
it continues to go down as a structure.
I have one more question. A lot of people, I mean, I've been watching you for a while. A lot of people come on your live and they ask you to prove that there's no God because you're the one saying that there isn't God. So how come the burden of the proof isn't on you, but it's on the people who are saying that there is God?
Bro, a person who asks me to prove that there is no God has already proven to me that there is no God by asking the question. It's just that they don't have the intelligence to understand that. It's part of a sickness that they have. The moment you ask someone to prove that there is no God, It's because you yourself don't know that there is a God. A person who knows that there is a God will never ask you to prove that there's no God. It's just common sense. The moment you ask me to prove that there's no God, you are acknowledging to me that there's no God. You are proving.
Okay. All right. Thank you, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and drop so you
Thank
can
you for
call
your
somebody
time.
else. So I'll have somebody come up. All right.
There is no God, there never has been, there never will be. There's a few guests in line, so come up and go straight to your point.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you that you're doing a great job confusing people. That's exactly what God wants you to do. You're so fucking stupid.
I mean, if that's what you think, good for you.
That's good for your mother.
No problem. Shit. Come on. Why do you guys always block people like that? I enjoy those type of people. Ah, come on. Like my heart beats because I can't wait to hear the next thing he will say. I can't wait to hear the next thing he'll say. I'm like, man, I love it. I love it. Listen, y'all. The only thing that will make a person react the way that man has reacted is because what I'm saying is so true. The only thing he has left in him is violence. The only thing he got left. Oh, he's coming back. He came back. Okay, welcome. Do not block him. Let him come up. What's up, man?
Listen, if I were next to you, I would skin your head.
Okay, no
You
problem.
know why the chicken crossed the road? You know why the chicken? Do you know why the chicken crossed the road?
Well, I don't know why you're unintelligent, but you can tell me.
Do you know why the answer this for me? Do you know why the chicken crossed the road?
No, the only thing I know is why you are confirmed and for sure a person with no intelligence. But go ahead, tell me.
Well, because
Like I said, a person with no intelligence. Thank you for proving my point. What else do you have?
my friending, you are doing you are doing such a horrible job. Satan doesn't even want anything to do with you.
I don't want nothing to do with Satan
Satan when
either.
he's Satan when he sees
Why you mad?
you, he looks the other way, bro.
Why you mad?
You're gonna get more punishment than Satan is.
Why you mad? Did I make you mad? Did I hurt your
I'm not
little soft feelings?
I'm not
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
not mad, bro.
I'm sorry. You're supposed to be a
You
man.
look like Nutella.
Oh, no problem. Of course. Are you mad because the sun doesn't burn my skin? I don't get burned by the sun, buddy. Like somebody I know.
I don't get burned by the sun either.
Turn on your camera.
Why?
Because you know you white and you get burned by the sun. Sun don't like you.
I'm not white.
Turn on your camera then. Let's see.
I don't want. No, I'm but ugly.
If that's what you say,
I'm so ugly. It's going to burn your eyes.
there is no God. There never has been. There never will be. If you don't like it, you can cry about it.
There is a God. You came from a sperm drop. How do you explain that?
Well, I did come from a sperm drop.
Your mother should be ashamed. And
Why?
your mother should have swallowed you.
Well,
And if you have any
guess what?
siblings, if you
Guess
have
what?
any siblings,
Guess
if
what?
you have any siblings,
Guess what?
your mother should have swallowed them too.
Well, guess what? She didn't. Cry about it. You can cry about it. You can cry about it. What else you got?
Well, then your dad. He's more of a messed up individual. He should have pulled out, my friending.
Oh, really? In Africa, we don't pull out because our peepees are not small, like where you come from. Hey,
In Africa,
listen, where I'm from, at least they got something to pull out. Where you're from, you can't pull out because there's nothing to pull out. I get what you mean, bro. You see, we're getting along. I get you, man. I get you, bro.
I love you. In Africa,
Nah, we don't do that over here, bro. We don't do that.
in Africa, you guys share everything, including women.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
Nah, that's what your white teachers told you.
No, 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 no.
What's your name?
My name is Solar.
Sola.
Yes, what's your name?
You can call me the great supreme lord ruler of the universe.
Oh, shut the front door, buddy.
I am the savior of your life.
You are the great supreme savior of the universe.
I am your father's father. Yes.
You're the great supreme savior of the universe, and you
I
couldn't
am
afford
your
better.
father's father.
You can't afford. You think the great supreme savior of the universe would have curtains like that?
I am your father's father. I am the one who impregnated your grandmother. You know how your
Where's your
family,
throne?
you know what your family tells you about that one black man that came to your country. It was me. You are looking at him. You should call me grandfather. Call me grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa.
Doing good, my son. What happened to your melanin? Why is your skin white?
Tell me, my friending.
You must have
What do
pulled
you
out.
do for a living?
Do a lot of things for a
What do you
living.
do for a living?
I do
What do
things
you
that
do
you
for a
can't even
living?
begin to dream to do.
Shut the front door.
Really?
Okay. Tell me what you do for a living.
What I do for a living is I teach white people how to be black.
Yeah.
There is no God. There never has been. There never will be. Muslims worship Muhammad. If you don't like it, you can cry about it, but we know.
Muslims do not worship Muhammad, you
Yeah,
dingo head.
you worship a black stone too.
Listen. I have nothing against black people.
Yes, you do. Stop lying.
No, I don't.
Well,
Why do black people automatically assume that everybody that's not black has problems with them? What the fuck? Why is that?
when you came up here and you were talking to me, I'm pretty sure you made it very clear. Unless you got a short-term memory, but I'm pretty sure we have a recording of everything you said when you came to this show. So you're just proving my point.
Well, what did I say?
Not only are you a racist, but now you're also a liar.
I'm a racist and a liar? Oh my God.
Let me ask you something. Is
Brother.
Allah a black man?
Allah?
Yeah, Allah is a black man, right?
He may be, he may not be. I don't know.
He's a black man.
Allah's not a man.
Yeah, he is. He's a
No,
black
he's
man
not, you
called
fool.
Munkulunkulu.
Oh my God. You see what happens when generations of black people do stupid voodoo shit? This is
There
what
you go.
happens to their
And
children.
you say you got nothing wrong with black people. Now you're insulting generations of black people. You see what I'm saying?
Your generation.
Really?
You're the dumb
Which generation?
example. You're the dumb example of black people.
Wow. And you're the smart example of Arabs?
No.
Okay. Well, what
I'm
are
a
you?
dumb.
What example are you? A good example of a colonizer?
No, I'm a dumbass Puerto Rican.
Nah, you're a disgrace to Puerto Rican. There's no way you're a Puerto Rican. I've seen some very beautiful Puerto Rican women, and I don't think that a Puerto Rican woman will produce one like you. You are a liar. Now you are not trying to steal people's identity. You ain't no Puerto Rican. Get the hell out of here. You ain't no Puerto Rican.
That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro.
You ain't no Puerto Rican. Get the hell out of here. You lying.
No, bro, because
I love
black
me.
women are
I love me some
intelligent.
Puerto Ricans, man. Man, I seen a
Bro,
Puerto Rican woman, bro.
and
I said, "Woo."
your mother probably wants you dead, bro.
Well, that's what you think because of where you come from. That's what your mothers do to you. But I'm sorry, bro. We don't do this in Wakanda.
And Wakanda? Oh, so you one of those Wakanda forever people?
Bro, it's not my fault that the sun burned your skin, bro. But yeah, I'm one of those long live Africa people. You got a problem with that? You scared of us?
No, I'm not scared of shit.
All right. Because if you weren't scared, you wouldn't be acting like an animal from the moment you came to my show. You sound intimidated. The only thing you got left in you is insults, because you clearly got no
No,
intelligence.
you disrespect you disrespect God.
Bro, then why don't you let God mind God's business? Why are you minding God's business? Did I disrespect you? If I
Yeah,
disrespect
you
God,
disrespected me
if
because you
I disrespect
disrespected
God,
God.
let
You see,
God handle the business of
if
God.
we were
Are you God?
if we were in front of each other right now, I would break your jaw.
You could try. Hey, buddy, you could try.
Seriously,
Hey,
I would break
hey,
your fucking
look
jaw.
at
No
me.
joke.
Look at
I
me.
would make you eat the
Look at
fucking
me.
curb. I will put your teeth.
Hey,
I will put your
hey,
teeth on the curb,
hey,
and I will
listen,
stomp you until you're a
listen.
flat fucking Metamucil drink. You understand me?
You're only saying that because that's a fantasy in your brain. You couldn't actually do it. I don't have to tell you what I would do to you. Because,
Bro,
hey, have you ever been face to face with an African before?
yes.
Okay, no, you're lying, because if you were face to face with an African,
I'm from
listen,
Brooklyn, New
listen, listen,
York.
listen.
I
I'm
will,
not talking about our
bro,
African American brothers. I'm talking
I
about
will
a
kick your
real
fucking
African,
ass three
like a
times.
lion
Yeah.
tamer, a lion tamer.
I met a lot of Africans, bro, from like Gambia and Uganda and all of them and shit. Yeah, I met
Mm.
a lot of pussy. I've met a lot of pussy ass Africans, bro.
Oh,
This is all
really,
y'all do.
really,
I swear to God, y'all be stuttering. As soon as it kind of confrontation, y'all stutter.
really.
Swear to God,
I
y'all
I
quick
don't
to talk
remember
about
stuttering ever
peace.
since I started
Oh,
talking to
peace,
you.
brother. I will break your silly ass jaw.
Turn on your camera. Let's see how skinny you are.
No,
You're a skinny dude. You sound like a skinny dude. Because skinny dudes really they be feeling real powerful when they're behind the camera and you can't see what they look like. So
you can check my
you real
profile.
powerful in your imagination, ain't you? Turn on your
You must
camera.
be.
Listen. We will believe everything you said if you turn on your camera. I bet you weigh 95 pounds. Like a chihuahua. You know how a chihuahua got a big ass bark? Yeah, you talking like a chihuahua right now.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say to you.
Duh. It's not like you're intelligent enough. But thank you for your time, okay, brother. Like I said, bro, I wasn't gonna block you. I really enjoyed this because you're proving my point. Everything, your entire behavior is proving why I tell people not to be like you or to not be your religion, to not be
No,
like you.
brother.
Because when people follow
Listen.
your religion, they end up like you, bro. Look at you.
No,
There's
listen.
nobody in this world who will want to be
Listen.
like you. You're the bad example of what anyone got to be if they follow your religion.
Listen.
You didn't demonstrate. You didn't give nobody one
Listen.
good reason to follow
Listen.
you or your religion.
Listen, Wakanda. Listen. Listen, Wakanda.
What did you say? Because I just muted you.
Hell's going to be everlasting for you.
I want to go to hell.
You're going to
Oh, hell
enjoy being.
yeah. And I want to go to the hottest part of hell too.
I know you do, bro.
Hell yeah. Because, bro, I'm black, bro. I'm anti-heat. I got anti-heat technology, bro. I ain't scared of fire.
Anti-heat technology.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Top class
Yep.
vibranium. I got top class vibranium skin. When I go to hell, bro, I'll be the ruler of hell. Then me and my people, we're gonna go up to heaven. Listen, bro, bro, you believe in God, right? When you find God, let him know that Bakanga is looking for him because I want to whoop his ass. When you find God, let him know.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen,
I'm
listen,
getting out of here.
listen,
I'm
listen,
getting out of here. Fuck
listen.
out of here. Fuck you,
When
bro.
you find God, tell him I'm looking for him. I want to
Oh,
whoop
shut
his
up.
ass.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's gonna be. I got moves, bro. that was awesome YouTube content. I'll make sure I post this on YouTube. I see.